Business Boost with Mike Anderson.
We have Mike Anderson on the line. How are you, Mike?
Damian, all good yourself?
Very good, thanks. Thanks for joining us today. Super excited about today's topic. We're talking about how to go about building and managing a remote team. Now, with many employees having a bad taste of flexibility of working from home, it's a very, very effective strategy for SMEs.
So, Mike, so importantly, how can you build a successful remote team? Let's take a look at a few steps that you can consider.
No, Laurie, it's such a big topic and it's such an important area. If you can embrace this positively, it can be so productive for your business. There's two schools of thought here. There are many who've embraced it and there's still many who haven't. But if you can do it right, it's such an important and cost-effective strategy for SMEs. So let's take point number one. You've got to consider your industry and your job specifications. For many industries where working remotely is simply not productive or it's impossible. Example, manufacturing, hospitality, and retail, etc. But there are some industries like IT, copywriting, graphic designing, and many others where people can work from home. Therefore, it is important to consider your business and if you will go fully remote or work on a hybrid system where you ask your employees to come in on some days. The next step, clearly define the position. It would be best if you remember that people who want to work remotely like the freedom of when they work. Therefore, you should judge their productivity on their output rather than the time they spend behind the computer. You should always ensure you hire someone who can work independently, communicates well, and knows how to stick to deadlines. Step 3 here. Build trust, hugely important. Trust is crucial in every relationship, especially when you're working remotely. You can build trust by not micromanaging your remote employees. You need to ensure that person you hire is trustworthy. Step 4. Use technology. There is a vast amount of technology available, but it's important that you at least give your employees access to a chat program with video capabilities, a project management tool, a file management tool, a time tracking tool, and if you pay your employees per hour, especially that time tracking tool is essential. And of course, CRM software. With these pieces of software, your employees will be well equipped for their job. Step 5. Create a process document. You have many processes which occur in your business. It's important to write down each process and put in an easy-to-access folder. Not only will this document assist with successfully onboarding your new remote staff member, but it will also add value to your business should you wish to sell it in the future. This document is a living document and should be changed as the business evolves. Next step, have clear communication lines. Being able to communicate through writing is a critical skill for a remote worker, as they often send instant messages or emails to colleagues and customers. You should always have a clear procedure for how matters are communicated. For example, with an urgent matter, you may require a phone call, and to contact colleagues, you can use Skype, WhatsApp, but with a customer, you must use email for a paper trail. And then finally, the most critical of all, connect often. Remote workers may often feel disconnected from the team. You should hold team meetings or Zoom meetings as well as one-on-one sessions to keep in contact with your team. Furthermore, you need to put in avenues for your employees to get feedback or to voice concerns. Lastly, virtual team building activities are an excellent way to build a bond amongst remote challenges. So I urge SMEs out there, business owners, embrace remote technology. It's cost effective and it gets you moving in a positive and accelerated direction.
I think that for the most part, we've seen a big trend of people going remote, and maybe this was due to COVID, a lot of people going remote, and then afterwards you saw companies giving a bit of pushback, wanting people to return to the workforce. But in the context of SMEs, why do you think there's been a bit of pushback for people working from home? Because it seems like, if you're a diligent worker, you work on time, you have the deliverables, all of that it only makes sense to do it that way. You don't need to go and buy a coffee for the office. You don't have to pay rent. You have to do any of those things.
Nothing.
Something, you've got to find people that you can trust. I always say, if you don't trust yourself, or if you can't trust people, you can't trust yourself. And this dilemma goes in the corporate decision maker or the SME decision maker. You've got to bring on the right people who you can trust. If someone gets up at morning a bit late or goes to bed, leaves work at later than normal, you focus on productivity and results. So the life now is results driven, not how much time you spend behind your computer. And that's exactly what it's looking for. Set the parameters in line, make sure they understand what they're required to achieve, set the targets, communicate well, and engage often.
And that is why he brings us the juice every single week on the Business Boost. Mike Anderson, thank you so much for your wise words. Where can we access all of this information?
Of course, pop onto our website, nsbc.africa. It's all there. Or contact us at info@nsbc.africa. Wherever we can help, we're always there.
Fantastic, Mike. You have a great week.
Lovely. Take care, guys. All the best to you.
Cheers.
Your Drive with Lauri and Damian on Mix 93.8.